Louisiana Beer Reviews Special Edition, Budweiser Revisited. Last year I did my first Louisiana beer review and I reviewed Budweiser. And I've been wanting to do a revisit since I hit 100 reviews, and I just haven't. I tried to get some other people to do it. They weren't able to help me out, so I got tired of waiting. I bought this Budweiser beer today, and I was going to wait to go through all these other beers I've got piled up in the fridge before I did this, but then I noticed the born on date was only 10 days ago. So let's see what it's like only 10 days old. Here's an older mid-90s Budweiser bottle. As you can see, the old bottles were a lot simpler. They've gotten a little fancier. But it's such an iconic design, you know, the most famous beer design in the world. And it really is the king of beers, the king of regular beers. It's the #1 regular beer on earth. The #1 beer overall is Bud Light, formerly known as Budweiser Light. But I don't know, I just can't get over it. This Budweiser, 5% alcohol, introduced in 1876, always used the same ingredients: water, barley malt, rice, hops, and yeast. And famous for its consistency. It gets an average rating on the Beer and Me, it gets a D+ on Beer Advocate, and it gets a 0 on Rate Beer. And I just can't understand how a beer that's so well liked by the world at large can be so hated, especially by beer enthusiasts, beer connoisseurs, what have you. It's brewed to be a working man's beer, really, okay? It's not brewed to be a craft beer or a specialty lager, all right? And I wanted to revisit it, so let's go ahead and get started. It's very cloudy and dreary today. Storms may be approaching, so I don't know how good the lighting is going to be. Lots of smoke coming out of the bottle. Got the Budweiser chalice, or as we call it around here by New Orleans, a schooner. Lots of smoke coming out of that, boy. You're just not going to get a lot of head with this wide mouth glass. It's just not going to happen. But normally Budweiser would have a thick white head, okay? And it's got that clear yellow golden appearance, very highly filtered. Go ahead and give this the smell test. So it is a very attractive beer. Once again, they got that, you get that distinctive Budweiser taste. Very clean, smooth, easy drinking. You're picking up the malt, the rice. It's lightly hopped, so it's not a hoppy beer. The finish is crisp, clean, and refreshing, and the body is very light and watery. Certainly a more full, certainly get a fuller taste than what you get with a Bud Light. No doubt about it. It's much richer than Bud Light, much tastier. When I go out to Ye Old College Inn restaurant and bar on South Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans, usually go there on Friday nights, Friday afternoons. I get Budweiser quite a bit because it's $2.50 over there for a 12-ounce bottle, as opposed to other stuff they have, which might be up to $4.50, $5. So I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm not going to sit here and say that I savor Budweiser, that I think it's just extraordinary. It's a wonderful beer. Oh, it's so fabulous. It's exquisite. I don't say any of those things about Budweiser. My description of Budweiser would be that it's serviceable, it's reliable, it's good for just about any occasion. Picnics, get-togethers, barbecues, but it's dignified enough for a dinner party for sure. So you can get Budweiser at the ball game and feel good about it, and you can go out to a nice restaurant and order Budweiser and certainly feel good about it. It's that well respected around the world. I know people like to turn their nose up at it, look down on it, criticize it, and I've been saying this for a year. I think it's fashionable to criticize Budweiser. I just cannot understand a D+ rating though. Yeah, I have to go at least with a B+. It's a very good beer. It's not the #1 regular beer on earth just because of marketing, which Anheuser-Busch and now International Beverages, InBev, they do a fabulous job with marketing. That's what helped Budweiser crush Schlitz, very seriously wound Pabst, and fend off Miller once it was acquired by Philip Morris. But Budweiser just had this ingenious marketing ability, which they still have. And I don't resent that because, hey, they won the battle. Got to give it to them. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with the B+. I don't crave Budweiser that much. It's not something I just die for. But when I'm going out to the bar, it's a nice drink to have. It's a good beer to have. So laissez-les bon temps relais. This is a very good beer. I'm glad I revisited it. I highly recommend it. I just don't think you can go wrong with Budweiser. And I'm going to end this review by saying, when you say Budweiser, you've said it all. Or at least you've said a lot.